What are the best debit cards for kids? Hey, welcome to Dow Stock Talk, where I talk about topics relating to investing in finance, but more specifically, these documents. In this video, I'll be going over the best debit cards for kids in 2022. Now, I looked at several different ones, and I was looking at several different factors, and I narrowed it down to 5, and I have an honorable one I'm going to mention at the end, because that particular one is more so for, I think, older teens. So when I'm saying kids, I'm thinking of roughly age of probably 6 to 16, but a lot of these particular platforms have no particular age. Now, some of the criteria that I was kind of looking at, fees, I was looking at user interface, whether they had a physical card, making the ability to be easy to transfer money, customer service, financial resources, and just overall experience. So I'm going to go over, I looked at several different websites, several different videos, and I put together what I think is the best debit cards you can look at in 2022. And make sure you stick around to the end of this video because I'll be telling you what I think is the best overall debit card that I have seen. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the like button. If you're new, make sure you subscribe to my channel. And make sure you hit the notification bell so you know when I make new videos. And by the way, let me know in the comments below, what do you think about kids having debit cards? Now, I do want to mention a lot of times when you're talking about finance, especially at a younger age, a lot of people may think it's premature. But I think the overall goal is to allow your kids to get some exposure to the finance and how money works, especially as far as saving and earning money and being responsible. A lot of people have controversy, but the earlier you're exposed to kids, I think the better in the long run. A lot of times I think it's more important for the kids to get that experience in real life applications than rather just getting it straight from school. See the importance of it, and they can just get exposure and they just can get curious. If you notice the kids is not that interested, you don't have to push the issue, but who knows, a lot of times they might not be interested earlier on, but as they get older, they take some type of interest and they'll know a lot more about this. So they probably won't know what compound interest is and interest rates and exactly how all that works, the complex stuff, but they'll have a rough idea of how money works, how the debit card process works, how people end up getting money, how people end up saving money, and the rewards of that. First on the list, we have Greenlight. I like this platform because I've seen a lot of different features that they have as far as you can personalize your card. They have parental control where you can pretty much control how much money your kid's able to spend, what particular store they're able to spend the money. It gives them incentives of saving. It gives them rewards. They can get cash back. They have this cool setup where you can give your kids allowance on the platform. They have real-time notifications, so it's pretty much secure. And all of the ones I want to mention in this video is FDIC approved, meaning the money is definitely safe. You can pretty much send your kids money anytime, anywhere. Now, the Greenlight does cost $4.99. But at a young age, I'm looking for the kid being very interactive and attractive to the kid. So yeah, it's $4.99, but just know it's $4.99 per family. So if you have multiple kids and stuff, it was a relatively good idea, relatively that expensive. And you got to keep in mind that you can kind of think about this as an investment. If you can get your kid to the debit card or how money works in a more engaging way, I definitely think it would be worth that money. And by the way, in the description, I'll give you a lot more detailed thing if you want to know more about it. If you have any questions, just let me know in the comments below. They also have it where you can, this would probably be for later on, that they can actually invest in stocks on that particular platform. That when I think the price does go up to $7.98 on the screen, I'll show you the different packages that they particularly have. I wanted to mention that in this video, there's no type of incentives for me promoting some type of debit cards. This is just my completely honest opinion. I don't have any interest in any of these debit cards. I actually don't even have a kid. Thing is, you can put money onto the card. There's no renewable fees at ATM. It doesn't cost any fees at the ATM. Only thing, they don't offer financial quizzes and stuff like that. Some of these other platforms do, but the main disadvantage I think about this, there's a $1,500 daily spending limit. If you're a younger kid, it pretty much wouldn't matter. And the other thing is you wouldn't be able to receive money from PayPal, Apple Cash, or Venmo. So that's mainly the only disadvantage that I can think about that. But overall, I think it's a great debit card for kids. And by the way, for Greenlight, there is no particular age limit. So you can have this set up for your kid at any particular age. Next up, we have FamZoo. Now, FamZoo is another good one. They offer the parental control. Now, I think this is good as far as overall financial education. It may not be as appealing, but as far as resources and financial education that the platform provides, I think it's great. You can also, I believe you can also now customize the card as well. You have the parental control, which is also good, allow you to track what they do. Chores, there's no extra fees. The cost is between $2 to $5.99. They even have it where you can formally loan the kid money on debit cards. And like I said, it's easy to transfer money. They also have the chore thing as well as real-time notifications. They have so many great things like the other one. So especially the first for financial education, yeah, you can easily transfer money. There's some of the bad things about FamZoo though that may not be appealing. There's no particular interest that you can earn. Now one of the downsides about this, they have very limited parental control as far as spending. So this may be better for a kid that's a lot more older. So that's maybe one of the downsides as far as parental control. It's very limited in that aspect as of now. The interest, as far as earning interest on the debit card, it does lack there. And as far as like financial quizzes, they don't offer that particular feature. But overall, like I said, I think it's a really good platform as well. And by the way, FamZoo also becomes cheaper if you do for 2 years. I think it's like $250. And if you do it for 3 years, it's $333. And if you do it for 6 months, it's $433. So it could be very cheap. It could be much cheaper compared to the other ones, especially if you pay for 1 or 2 years and get down to $250. So definitely very affordable as well. Next up on the list for best free debit card for kids, I'm going with Chase First Banking. Like I said, this is completely free, no fees. It's easy to transfer money. They have the parental control, the allowance, they have financial resources. The only downside about this is you have to have a Chase account. So if you don't have a Chase account, you wouldn't be able to use it. But I'm saying best free one out there. This is probably by far, I would definitely have to put this on the list. It's called First Chase Banking. It may not be as interactive as the other ones that's kind of specifically geared towards younger kids, but definitely this is a banger banking. And I'll have some more details and stuff probably popping up on the screen. And also I'll have some information in the description. And for First Chase Bank, it's probably between the ages of 6 to 17. No monthly fees, built-in chores and allowance, real-time notification. The only downside about it is it doesn't really support multiple parents. So one parent would have to end up looking over it, and they don't do direct deposits or mobile check deposit. It might not be that important, but I just want to let you know. Next up on the list, we have GoHenry. Like I said, I really like this particular one, really particular user face. It is $3.99 per kid, so if you have multiple kids, it may be better to go with the Greenlight or FamZoo. But if you don't only have one particular kid, this may be a good one. It's $3.99. You can personalize it, very interactive. Parental control, create saving. You can create saving goals on this code as well. They have intuitive financial quizzes. And the only maybe downside, maybe as far as interest and bonus, they don't necessarily have that in that particular category. But overall, I think GoHenry is a great debit card to end up getting. Once again, the price is $3.99 per family. The only another bad thing maybe about GoHenry is you can't deposit cash. Maybe the only downside about that. I believe the ATM fee is $1.50, and I believe it's up to $500 per day as far as you can spend. And also, GoHenry, I think it's the best for best customer service. Very, very good customer service. Now, also the last one, I also have it for busy kids. It's $3.99 for the whole entire family. This one you can also invest in stocks maybe later on. Like I said, $3.99. They have all parents pay interest where they have it where you can end up donating to charity. Let me just run down the things as far as allowance tracker, customized chores, kid prepaid debit card, allowance payback. I want to say it's between the ages of 5 and 16. Oh, and I also would like to mention, this is very important. Once the money is transferred to the spend account, the kids have full control from there. Just want to mention that. And also remember, I told you later on about the good one for teens. It's Capital One Kids Debit Card. So this one is completely free. They have all the particular as far as parental allowance. You don't have to have a bank account from Capital One. You can have a bank from any particular one. It's completely free. Yeah, like I said, it's completely free. The Capital One, I think it's great for teenagers. The only thing it lacks is financial resources. It's kind of lackluster there. But overall, as far as the best overall one for kids of any age, I would definitely have to go with Greenlight. It has so many good features. They have personalized cards. It's just a overall great one. So in my opinion, if I had to go for overall, I would definitely go with Greenlight. But that concludes this video. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the like button. If you haven't, make sure you subscribe to my channel.